Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to stream. Bruh. How's it going, everybody? How are you doing today? You can't escape me. You have me 2 days in a row because I'm covering for Nikki. But how are you guys doing today? What's the vibe? What's the energy? Hello, hello. What are we all doing? How have you been in the past 23 hours? Hi, hello. I was canoeing, I got soaked by the rain. Oh my god. Was it fun though? Drinking day-old coffee. Make new coffee! Oh my lord. I beat Jevil just now? I don't know who that is. Having deja vu, yeah, that's pretty crazy. It was fun. I'm glad you had fun. Do I like Cheez-Its? They're fine. They're like, whatever. I prefer Cheese Ritz crackers. Never, I don't waste things. That's stale coffee, bruh. Fish. Watching this video. Pretty sick. Love that. Oh, Deltarune Boss. I have not played. I played the first chapter, but it's been a very long time. So, I need to replay. Drinking some iced coffee, ready to draw. Love that. Love that. Alright, friends. As the title says for today, we are going to be lining some comics, which I'm not making a comic from scratch. You're going to be watching me line my own comic that I am going to hopefully release before the end of the year, that I'm crunching on a lot, that I'm also, like, I'm coping just a bit with it, because the campaign with Cord ended, so I won't be playing as Cord anymore, which makes me sad. So I am like, I'm like really crunching to get this prologue finished so I can at least start releasing it. But yes, so you guys are gonna watch me work on actual things that that I work on, not just stuff that I do isolated for stream or anything like that. We can hold you that. I'm holding myself to that. Are you kidding me? But okay. Before we begin, gotta do my little spiel. So our mission here at Wayne Canvas is to make art education easily accessible to everyone. So join us for free live stream lessons every week, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are an online school of illustration, helping art nerds turn their passion into income. Shout out to our amazing students and members for supporting our mission. We love seeing your incredible artwork and watching your skills improve in our classes and weekly critiques. And if you're an art nerd, be sure to join our Discord, where you can find our notes and artwork from streams, as well as art challenges and other resources to help you improve as an artist. Cool and epic. Cool and epic. And before we get into the actual drawing portion for today, we have our submissions! It's art submissions time. This is the last time that we will have our submissions be about maps. So May is ending. It is the final day of May. So this is the last day that we will have maps as our thing. And then we have our next theme, which we'll be releasing tomorrow. This first one is by Carl Walter. This is the, I believe they said it was like the first area in Sword and Shield, which loved Sword and Shield. So we love a good Pokemon illustration. It's super cute. I like the isometric style. Really fun, really cute. Thanks so much for submitting. The next one we've got here is by Jippy in the Discord, who I know is JP, but we got Jippy, which is that is a funny way to say your name. I got Jippy from the Discord. I've seen, like, I love JP's work. JP works with a lot of, like, really bright colors. This really distinctive, like, lighting style that I really enjoy. So yeah, I love this little, I love the, I just noticed, it's like the trees are pencil shavings, and there's a pencil fence. That's so funny. And all the houses are books! Sorry, I'm like noticing more things. I was like, I picked this because it was cute. But I'm noticing more things. This is so silly. I love this so much. Thank you so much for submitting. The next one we've got Snarver, who has submitted a much bigger map. I remember seeing Snarver earlier in the month. This one is a more finished map than the last one that they submitted. And they also said that they were too lazy to add in buildings because they weren't about to render a bunch of tiny little buildings. And, like, you know what? I really get that. I feel that. I wouldn't do it either. Thanks so much for submitting. And thank you to all three of you for submitting your work for this final day of the maps theme. If you would like to submit your work for future beginnings of streams, make sure you join the Discord and you could submit your work. And when you do submit your work, you have a chance to be featured at the beginning of streams. We have a section in the Discord for it, and the theme changes every month. So June is tomorrow, so we will have a brand new theme for everybody to submit towards for tomorrow, when you guys have stream with Gonzalo on Monday. Okay! Wish my maps looked like this. Your maps look great! It's really funny that this is the comic lining page, like, stream, and the page that I am currently lining does not look like it's for a comic. It's a full page spread, so it's like, there are no panels or anything. It's just really funny. I'm like, I finished lining page 12 the other night, and that one has, like, panels and stuff. Like, it's like, here, hang on, I promise this is a comic. Like, I finished, like, this page, like, a couple days ago, and I was like, okay, on to page 13, and then it's page 13, page 14, which is from a video that I have to redo, and then page 15, which also doesn't look like a comic page. It's funny. That's okay. It's funny that you guys just caught me here. Yeah, Corn is jacked. Corn is a barbarian, for those who don't know D&D, or those who do know D&D, Corn is a level 20 barbarian, just so you know. I'm not sure if I'm eligible to be featured. Is that bias? It's okay. I pick regardless of bias. Comic and... Yeah, Corn! It's Corn! This whole comic is about Corn, so I'm like, I have to, like... I really want to crunch down on this so that I can finish this before the end of the year, bruh. Yeah. Hi, Victor. Welcome in. YouTube recommended you to me. That's the first mistake. I'm kidding. Welcome in. Hope you enjoy your stay. Does Corn like Corn? Corn will literally eat anything. That was like a whole thing with Corn, is that Corn was just willing to try anything. Which helps because his father's a chef. Like, I have to check back and forth. Ooh. Make sure that you always turn off your layers so then you can, like, check and make sure that everything looks good. Chef Tal'Dorei. It's not called Tal'Dorei in this comic. He will eat the weird mushroom someone found. That, in fact, did happen in a session. I mean, he didn't eat it. He just poked a mushroom and then got everyone inebriated for, like an hour or two, I think. How do you get good at drawing? Because I can draw my sketchbook, but if I draw on my iPad, it doesn't look good. The feelings between digital and analog artwork are very, very different. It is genuinely just getting used to it. Like I grew up as a analog artist. Like, I grew up drawing traditionally, like pencil, paper, nothing else, right? And it took, like, me just getting used to the feeling of, like, digital work for it to, like, start to look proper. Because, like, not a lot of people know, like, that the feelings between, like, digital and analog work are actually very, very different. So, like, genuinely, the only piece of advice I can give is just keep doing it. Yeah, it's a lot of adjusting. I think I remember you saying like something like eat bugs and such. He does. He loves bugs. He really likes eating spiders specifically. Sorry. But yeah, digital work takes some like adjusting. It was a weird transition initially. Yeah, it's very, very strange. It is like a very strange feeling going from one to the other. I'm just like, let me just like turn this down so it's not as, yeah. I had a friend who used to eat spiders too. Now you see, Corn is a dragon child with like literal acid. I don't know if that's safe to like they just eat raw spiders. Like, is it like a thing where like they pluck that guy off the ground and num num num, or is it like cooked? Like, is it, because you can eat spiders, they gotta be like prepared though. Like, that's a thing. Like, people eat tarantulas. Like, that's a... It's the first time I've seen your Sona OZ. They're super cute. This is Corn. Yeah, he was my D&D character. Technically he's still my D&D character, but we just finished his campaign. So he is... I'm not going to be playing as him anymore, that's what this doodle is about. I'm only coping a little bit. I cried like a baby on Tuesday night, dude. Oh my god. Random ones off the floor? That's very dangerous. Some of those guys got toxins, especially if you're a child. That ain't good. It's not good for you. I'm also just making a short comic. I'm currently designing the characters at the moment. Fun. This isn't a short comic. Don't get me wrong. This is the prologue for a multi-chapter, I assume multi-year project that I'm gonna be starting. This is like, cause like I've been here before. I have done a comic for multiple years before, and it took me 2 years to do a prologue and a first chapter, and it was like 100 and something pages. The Corn Comics prologue is 46 pages. So if you can imagine, I'm lining page 13 right now. There's 33 more that I've got to do. So that's why I'm hiring a colorist. I'm like, I cannot do this on my own. 46, yeah. So he gone or just retired in a little cottage somewhere. The last we left off of Corn, he left to school to go to become a child psychologist. So he's not dead. No, he ended up wishing himself to live for the same amount of years as his father. So not only is Corn still alive, Corn is going to be alive for the next almost 1,000 years. More like 800, but still. Corn graduated. He hasn't graduated yet. You want to see his final design? Hang on. Because he's an adult now. Like a full adult. Let me grab that. There he is. He's big now. Big. His tail is bigger. It's grown out into his axe. He can hold it with one hand now. Like, he's big. Corn's ginormous. He's 6'9" now. So he's pretty tall. He's short for a Dragonborn, but he's pretty tall. In comparison to literally everybody else. Yeah, he's 6'9" now. If you want to see the full lineup of Corn's evolution, yeah. Here's Corn's full lineup. So we started here. This was the very first finished drawing of Corn. And then it's like slowly, as I like drew him more, you can see like the style change. And then finally the end of the campaign where he's like bigger. So this one, he's like in his current age, which is like 17-ish. 17 physically, but mentally he's 9. This one, he would be physically 19, so mentally 11. And then this one, he's 27 physically, so he would be 19 mentally. But yeah. So cute. Yeah, I love Corn. My baby. My baby that I've been playing as for 3 years. I'm gonna miss not doing his voice, dude. Ugh, that makes me so sad. He's a man. Is that his maximum? He gets bigger. No, that's his maximum growth. So he is at 6'9". He's done growing. Yeah, I'm gonna miss doing Corn's voice. It's so fun to do. It's what taught me that I could do a fairly decent. Hi, Frey. So you the OG? No, we're not. No, we're not. That's too cringe. I'm not posting. We're not doing that. Can I hear his voice? Yeah, you can hear his voice if you want. It's funny. It's really like, oh man, I'm gonna really miss doing this one, dude. Cause it's like, it's fun. It's like, it's such a fun voice to just put on, you know? It's so not cringe. It is though, cause it's such like a different, bro, it's a different, like, it's a different style. This is not how I draw anymore. It's cringe to me. Scrunkly voice. Yeah, he's got a gravelly kind of like voice. So Corn is Pig W. Hi, Dijon. So Corn, for those who don't know, Corn is trans. It's like I wrote Corn to be a little trans kid. So when I put on that voice, that is Korn also putting on a voice. So he is like, he's doing that voice to sound more masculine, but it's like his actual voice sounds more like me. So it's like, it's his birth voice, I suppose. It sounds more like me. But yeah, so it's like putting on like the little boy voice. This is what he does to sound more like a younger boy, by comparison to more like a woman's voice, you know? Like that. Still riding the high of disintegration. Gonna miss them so much, Sam. He's doing his best to be cool, yeah. And my unemployment, I'm literally doing my job right now. What are you talking about? Who are you? Hello, welcome into the stream. Mafia boss? No. That's Atros. Okay. I'm joking. That's a joke. That's Scribbles. Oh, you're right, my fault, gang. Yeah, that is Scribbles. Scribbles did end up looking like a mafia boss at one point. I'd watch that AU. I have one AU with Core that has been like my like Roman Empire. It's been like my I keep thinking about it. I called it the Dimension Hopper AU. So Korn's like best friend in the campaign Scribbles. Scribbles is another character. He's a Tabaxi, or Tabaxi Bladesinger wizard. He was another player. And he, throughout the campaign, became the Fate Weaver. So his weapons were called, like, the Needles of Fate. And with those, he could, like, rewind time and, like, change, like, the outcome of certain things, that kind of thing. So, like, in the AU, it's like Scribbles learns how to use those needles to also alter dimensions in reality. So he and Korn go and, like, visit other dimensions for fun. It just absolutely mess with it all for the heck of it. So it's like, I think about that AU a lot, because I think it's a really funny concept. Where can I read this? I have not released it yet. I'm hoping to release it by the end of the year. Before the end of the year. Or begin to start releasing it by the end of it, before the end of the year. So you guys are just watching me work on these. Because I would like to have the entire prologue finished before I, like, start releasing the pages. So then it's not like a mad dash to, like, have things ready and done, you know? I'm taking my time with the beginning. I'm getting used to it. Getting back in the groove of working with comics. Because comics are hard, man. Does Korn like cats? Korn loves animals. Korn is a huge animal kid. He loves all animals. So yeah, he would love cats. How would Korn interact with other dragons, Dragonborn, but be hostile because they're older and have outdated traditions? Korn is very friendly. He's a very, like, friendly little kid. That was, like, his whole thing throughout the campaign. It was, like, he... Now it's spoilers, so I can't talk about his whole backstory. It's spoilers again, which is funny. Because I'm releasing this as a comic, I can't say his backstory anymore. But it was a thing. Like, his relationship with other Dragonborn was, like, a big part of, what do you call it? Of the campaign. Korn's brother is a dragon, though, yes. Puddles is a Scarecrow sketch. His character's dragon mount, which is wyvern mount, which is just where his character Pierce treats Puddles like family. So it's like, that's just Korn's brother now. Korn is just brothers with a wyvern now. Go watch older streams. Do not tell them that, Kevin. You can't tell them. You can't tell them that I've talked about Korn. No way that I've spoken about Korn before. Literally impossible to find any moment that I've ever spoken about him. I don't talk about corn at all, actually. There's literally no record. True, I also have a dragon niece now. Stop spoiling things, babe! It's funny to have a brother that's just pure dragon. There was a moment in campaign, where Puddles started to go a little bit AWOL. Like, he started to kind of, like, have this whole thing where, like, Puddles' backstory, like, he was, like, the spawn of Tiamat, so he's, like, the son of Tiamat, and, like, it was a moment where, like, it started to get to Puddles' head, because Puddles is a very young wyvern, so it was, like, it started to really get to him that it's, like, oh yeah, I'm a god, it's, like, I don't need to listen to you kind of thing. And, like, weirdly enough, Corn has always been more, like, grounded. Corn is, like, I may have made him kind of sound gremlin-y. Corn has never been the chaos child. He's actually been the straight man of the two children in the party. And, like, so, Corn was, like, carefully, like, observing Puddles a lot of the time to make sure that he doesn't, like, get too full of himself or anything, or, like, doesn't pull anything. So, like, I had a planned line that I never ended up using in campaign, where if Corn and Puddles ever ended up, like, having to have a fight, like a verbal fight, one of the lines that I wanted to pull as Corn was, at least people don't mistake me for Dad's pet. Which was, like, I was so upset that I never got to use that, but I'm also happy because then I didn't have to, like, do that, but, it was gonna be, like, a thing, and, like, it was gonna be a thing where Corn would just say it, and then he would feel awful, and just be, like, apologizing like crazy, but obviously it's gonna start conflict. But yeah. No, I say yeah, Corn is gremlin coded, but not gremlin natured. Corn was, listen to his name, Corn Chip, that was his full name that I led with. And I was planning on having him be a gremlin. I learned I'm not good at playing gremlins. And I don't actually enjoy it. I don't really enjoy being, like, the chaos character. So, like, Corn was planned to be more chaotic, but then he just kind of became, like, the good child. He was very much a straight man. So he was not really a problem. Like, Scribbles was sometimes a problem, but, like, in a fun way. Nah, I can't be a gremlin. The calm gremlin of the door. Not even a gremlin, dude. Like, he did eat bugs, but it was, like, he was just, if you imagine just, like, a child. Like, Corn is very much just, like, a kid. Like, a very normal kid. Normal, quote-unquote, I suppose. Would Corn be influenced by the symbiote, or would Corn influence the symbiote? These are questions I do not think about. Current character is very much a goblin gremlin. My other two characters, Neptune and Ethelon. Neptune is absolutely gremlin coded. Neptune is, like, she's, like, a very quiet, like, teenager. And she grew up on, like, Mountain Dew and, like, the internet. Like, she's, like, a shut-in. Like, she's so funny. I love Neptune so much. Playing as Neptune is great because it's, like, she is, like, very quiet and, like, doesn't speak a lot. So it's, like, playing as Neptune is fantastic because I kind of just let my other compatriots RP and, like, I get to just kind of chime in sometimes. And then Ethelon is... Ethelon, she's not a gremlin at all. She's my only character that was designed to actually be, like, very, very, like, physically attractive. And it's, like, she's very curious. She's unhinged. She is my most unhinged character. Lonnie is definitely super normal. So, Neptune is the quiet internet degenerate. She's degenerate, not quite, but she is just stuck on, she was, like, very much online. No, I love her. And Ethelon is so normal. Ethelon, she is so normal about everything, absolutely. She's only a little nuts. Middle-aged goblin wizard with very long beard. Oh. know, I love playing as Lonnie and Neptune as well, but Corn was my very first, so I'm gonna miss him a lot. Hello. Very, very neurotypical. Yeah, that's about right. I love Neptune. Neptune is from, my Pokemon campaign. The Pokemon campaign that I'm in. That's run by Scarecrow Sketch. It's run by Crow. He's our DM. Neptune is very silly. And then Lonnie's just a little cuckoo bananas. Like, she's pretty violent. I enjoy her a lot though. She's like really unhinged and like, because Lonnie's whole thing is that she's a robot that's learned how to feel for the first time. So she's like kind of figuring out what's like okay and what's not okay and that sort of thing. Or sometimes she'll do stuff that is like very intentionally like not great, but it's because she thinks it's funny. You know? I could never bully Neptune as a DM. Cantor, though, yeah. Cantor gets bullied all the time. Poor Cantor. Peter, I think, is better bullying material, though. Need the brush? It's a chisel brush. You can find them anywhere. What's the name of the comic Corn is in? It's literally gonna be called Corn. Like, that's what the name of the comic is gonna be. It's just Corn. Which it hasn't released yet, so you can't find it anywhere. But when it does, it will literally just be called Corn. I don't bully Peter. Y'all bully Peter. You do bully Peter. You have so many things chase him. Creative naming, yeah. Hey man, I never said I was great at titles. My last comic is about a kid named Grayson. The title was called Say Hello, Grayson. Like... Oh my god, y'all still have a Grayson ping? I haven't updated that comic since 2021. Or you post a comic, it'll probably be on both Webtoon and Tapace. Or Tapas. It's probably gonna be on both of those too. I was going to remove it, but I knew this day would come. Don't show people my shame. Don't. No, I still sometimes look back on Grayson and I'm like, I love that plot, dude. That plot was cool. That was a good idea. That was a good idea for a comic. I just got super burnt on it. I couldn't keep going. But it's really funny because apparently a bunch of my friends, some of my current friends, like, knew about the comic before I knew them. And they were like, oh my god, it's like, it's like, now I get to talk to the author and, like, speak to her about it. And I had, like, stopped working on it. Because the last panel is BRB, guys, and you never beat right back. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I remember looking back on the comments one day, like, a year or two later, and one of them, I think, was like, I think she died, guys. It's like, it's so funny. I'm just a guy. I am just a guy. I am genuinely just a guy. Like, do not think of me as anything more. I am just a dude, bro. I am just a guy. Really excited for Crandia also, as sad as it is to say goodbye to Ion. Yeah, I am excited for Crandia. I'm getting the same feeling that I was when I started Ion too, which is just like a general sense of like nervousness, but that's just because I'm like, oh, it's a new character that I am not used to as of yet, and I haven't really met, so I don't really have attachment, like a super amount of attachment to them yet. So I'm like, I'm waiting for when I do have that, like, sense of, like, yes, I am, like, I want to do this all the time. But, like, as it is with everything that I start, I'm very much like, well, here we go again. You know? Crendiet's gonna be the new campaign. So we're gonna have another campaign. Obviously, like, Corn's campaign ended, we're starting with a new campaign. The world is called Corendia. Are there any games you play right now and you still take inspiration from? Like, that I play regularly? No. Like, I have games in the past that I still take inspiration from, but I don't play any games currently where I'm like, yep, this is like a main source of inspiration, or yep, I take that. Like, I have games that I've played before. Like, Stray was a huge one when I played that. Like, huge source of inspiration. Still is, but like, I've played it twice and I'm like, I'm good. What else? Stray was really good. Kentucky Route Zero, really good as well. Sucker for Outer Wilds. What Remains of Edith Finch. What other? Subnautica was up there too. Stray? You never heard of Stray? You should look it up. It's a good game. It's one of those games that's really short. Visually breathtaking. Really good time. You get to play as a cat, you're gonna be expired. Stray gives me nostalgia for places I've never been to. And, like, I don't think, like, no game gives me that as much as Stray does. I'm like, yeah, it's a post-apocalypse, but I'm like, man, I love that game visually. On Xbox? I don't know if it's on Xbox. I played it on PC. It's on Steam. I thought it was a PS5 original. It's everywhere? Okay. You know, I love Stray. One of my favorites. Amazing game. If you notice the thing that I'm doing right now, I am, like, with my line work specifically, I really enjoy using my lines not only to emphasize forms, but also as, like, another method to shade things, to add lighting and add, extra dark shadows, because I've started to love black work. So this also gives more dimension to the line work. A piece of advice that I heard a long time ago was, at each stage of your process, of your completioning, each stage of your rendering process, you should feel like you could choose to stop. And I'm like, that's a good piece of advice, because then it makes each step of your process look really good and clean as a standalone, right? So I'm like, the way that I do my lines is I'm like, if I chose to make this, like, exclusively line work, I could, but I don't. It's like I continue, I add color and I change things around, but I'm like, I want to make my line work look really, really finished and really, really clean. So it's like, that's part of the reason why my line work is so, like, clean and well done, is because I treat it as if it is like a finished piece, not like I am planning on adding color later, which even though I am, it's like I still want to make this all feel like it could just be one big finished piece. You know? Ah, JP! Yes, I did! Have a good day, JP. Glad you could pop in for a moment. It could be finished. This is good news. Hi, Jalen. This is good news. Kind of want to do a drawing from the starting screen of my dream last night. You should. I love drawing dreams. Crow had a dream last night where he met an entity that asked him to pick his own dream. And I want a dream like that. Are you kidding me? That sounds awesome. I'm like, I want more weird dreams. I haven't had a weird dream in so long and it makes me really sad. Have a good one. Stray is based on a city in Hong Kong called Kowloon City, which is the most crowded city in the world. Is it the one that I'm thinking of? Yeah, it's the walled city! That's what I thought! Kowloon City, yeah. The walled city of China. I love this place. Like, I love the look of it. Which, again, is, like, this place was terrible, and it was an awful place to live in, but aesthetically, what a vibe. Line work has improved since I started doing drawing exercises more consistently last year. Have trouble with control. Yeah, it takes a long time. Like, I grew up, like, doing line work. Like, I love line work to death. I've always loved line art. And, like, one of the things, like, a lot of my friends I grew up around were like, oh, I hate line art. Line art's so tough. Line art's so hard. And that'd make me in the corner. I'm like, more lines, please. I'm like, I love line art so much. So I'm like, I have always enjoyed doing line art. I apologize if you ever hear voices. There are people in my house. Is there a goal you want to achieve in your art career? To release this dang comic! Gonna make a video about manga panels. Thinking about making a manga. I don't know if there are certain manga panels with their own purpose. We have a comic video where I talk about my general finishing process. In terms of panels, hey, you're in. We do have a our comics course is coming back up. Did we ever make videos on those? I don't think so, huh? We didn't really do those. Watched a playthrough, still wakes deep. Yesterday I have Jesse Watt mentioned in stream. I got distracted by how pretty the lighting was. The lighting was great. Visually, that game is stunning. Ending is whatever. But the game is a visual masterpiece. It's beautiful. There's the comic and manga playlist. But yeah, we've got our comics camp coming up. In terms of panels, I've taught panels a bunch of times. I am the person who teaches the comics course. So it's like I've taught about comics and pacing and all that fun jazz a bunch. But on the channel, I don't think we have any of those videos live. I think we keep them to classes only, if I remember correctly. Large serving of lines, please. I don't need this. I was gonna add mushrooms, but I'm like, I have them in the sketch, but I'm like, realistically, there aren't that many mushrooms in the composition to begin with, so I'm like, we don't really need more there. And just add more grass and whatnot. Oh, backgrounds are the best. No, I love drawing backgrounds. I mean, look at me. Look at what I'm doing right now. It's all foliage and back. Like, this is gonna be so intensely lined. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited. What's the size of the canvas that I'm lining? This is 6.5 by 9 inches. In pixels, this is 1950 by 2700. So I am also drawing this comic intended for print. So all of my pages have specific margins and stuff attached to them. I've got like various like size. I've got like a size template and things like that. So this comic is built to be printed one day. Backgrounds are hard for me to concept, but I love doing them. The best thing you can do is literally work in nothing but gray and just do work not by trying to find forms, but work by trying to find shadows. And it's like that way I find a lot of people enjoy doing backgrounds a lot more. I do. My best friend is going to be my colorist. Because while I love line art, they prefer coloring. So like for my more complicated pages, I'm going to hand them off to them because I'm like, I don't want to. So I created a coloring guide for her as well. So like there are like notes attached to each layer. There are like things like to keep in mind for style and whatnot, right? So it's like I sent them this working file so they can also see the organization of layers and how those go into each thing, right? So it's like this sort of like guide is for them. You see how simple the coloring is by comparison to the line work? Like line work is the heart of these pages. And I'm like, I don't mind coloring, like I will do it. But I'm like, if I can just choose to not do my most annoying pages, I will. Like there is a specific page 1 actually, or I guess it's page 2. This page will murder me. So I'm like, I will finish the flats, but I'm gonna send off to be shaded by my best friend. I'm like, I can't finish this one, dude. I'm like, I don't want to. Like this is not happening. Lining this was a ton of fun though. Oh my gosh, this looks great. I'm really excited to see it finished. But no, I'm handing that off to my best friend. I'm not doing it myself. I don't want to do that. How to do the whole shadows first approach? It's a game artist concept. Hello. It's a game artist way of working. So like say we start with like this gray. Let's say that I want to draw in mountains. So it's like I shade in the values of the mountains first and get like my overall composition that I want to create first before anything else. It's like 1 or 2 or 3 values. And then it's like this way, then I'm not worried too much about like the actual detail work. I am focused exclusively on lighting and like my composition and stuff like that. So it creates like a nice, you know. So then this way it's like it's fast and it gives you like a nice concept really, really fast. This is how a lot of concept artists do their thumbnails. Who's doing the lettering? Me! I do the lettering. I'm doing literally everything else except for the coloring. So I am the person who sets up the bubbles and whatnot. But yeah. Just do what makes the form itself rather than making the shapes. Exactly. Grayscaling is fun. It's super fun. My lettering is chef's kiss. Yeah, I love using the type tool. You think I hand letter this? No, absolutely not. Like, the composition-wise, yeah, I do that. I decide where things go, but I'm like, I ain't handwriting those letters. Are you kidding me? I'm like, I would die. I was originally planning on hand lettering it, and then my best friend was like, don't do that to yourself. And I was like, you're right. I was like, you know what? You've got a good point there. Leaf! Hi, Joe! Something felt wrong. That's okay. We're good. If I find it again, I'll find it again. If I don't, oh well. Writing is hard. It's really funny because if you see like my notes that I take for class, I'm like, you can tell that like I work in comics just based on how I write. Right? But my secret is that my actual handwriting looks like this. But nobody can read cursive. So I never write it for work. Like, if you look at my D&D notes, they are all in cursive. Like, it is completely in cursive, because it's just fast, dude. It's way faster. Any advice for first-time comic creators? Have fun and go in with a plan. Have a plan! Like, especially if you want this to be, like, a consistent thing. Like, the first thing you should do is start, but it's also, please have a plan of some kind. Have some kind of outline, have some kind of, like plot device that you're thinking of, have blah blah blah, right? Like, at least have some semblance of what you would like to do. Have a goal. So that you're not just shooting in the dark and then you don't create inconsistencies as you write. This is speaking from experience. A lot of it. Are making your own handwritten font instead of handwriting everything every time? I have my own handwritten fonts. I don't love them. I made one for my best friend. I have several fonts that I've done. I like the look of this one. I like the look of Anime Ace 3.0. And it's also, for indie comics, you get a free license too. So it's not like I'm stealing anything. They're literally allowing it to be used for comic artists. Which, by the way, if you want this font, it's free online. Anime Ace 3.0. It's from the website Blambot. You'll find it on there. It's great. It's free. I've been using it for years. Love those guys. My handwriting looks like Russian cursive, so I always have to translate my notes if someone wants to read them. My notes aren't necessarily meant to be read. My notes are a mix of doodles and note-taking, so it's like nobody ever actually reads the notes. They just look at the doodles that I've done. If you want an example, let me... Here, you guys can look at the very last notes for Court's campaign. The very final ones. Yeah, so it's like... combat, I just doodle really big things. So these are all done while we play. So all of these sketches are done in, like, under 10 minutes. A lot of them are done in 5 or so. But a lot happens in 5 minutes. But yeah, 5 to 10-ish minutes is usually the majority of these. Some of them take more, some of them take less. But yeah. And then you can see some of the handwriting that goes on as we, like... continue further down the line. Here, let me pull out the Pokemon campaign ones too, because those ones have a lot more notes. Here, this is a lot more notes. So you can see my handwriting on, like, the sides and stuff. But yeah, and then these doodles are all, like, a minute, 2 minutes. So, like, the really, really small ones. This is my exercise. So, me drawing during... I love Neptune with the Omanite. Me doodling during the campaign, this is my, like, speed exercise. So this is now how I get faster, is I just do these during. Font piracy is so common, people do it without realizing. Oh yeah. No, I am super common. I'm super, super careful with my fonts. I'm like, nowadays, I'm like, most of the fonts that I use are either, like, within the Adobe font library, where I can use them because I have an Adobe account, or, like, I make them, or I get them directly from the website, where I can get, like, font licenses. Like, I'm like, I refuse to have problems with that. So I'm like, I try and be really cautious about where I get my fonts from. Support the artist, yeah! Thank you, baby. My favorite note. I don't know how I can add a font to Sketchbook. Like, Autodesk Sketchbook? I don't think you can. I'm like, Autodesk is a drafting, application. I don't know if you can. Especially not the app. I did finish the Neptune with Omanite. Yeah, Google fonts have a lot of good fonts. Hopefully they stay free. True. It's how I have Railway on my PC. Google fonts are great. Google fonts are fantastic. Hello! If I remember correctly, that's Pan or Cupie, right? I know it was yesterday, but I forget everything that I do constantly. Another thing that I personally like to do with my lines, I used to be very much like a very exact kind of like line artist. I would use a very sharp, smooth brush and then like try and be as exact as I can with my lines. Nowadays, especially, I die if I don't have a bit of texture, a bit of imperfection. I need there to be that like human touch to my line work, or else I'm like, that's not enough. I'm like, there's no energy to this. So I'm like, if you notice, I'm working fairly zoomed out for such small details. And it's because I don't want it to look perfect. I want it to kind of have that sort of rough hewn vibe to it, because it gives it energy that I prefer nowadays, especially in this climate. I prefer that very human, very like imperfect look. I'm not fixing my lines, I'm intentionally adding some mess. It gives it some texture, it gives it some energy. Pretty little pads. Hello! Okay, good. Hello, Cupie. Welcome back. Texture's everything. Can't get enough textures. I love texture. Yeah, rough line art's the best. Like, if I zoom into this sucks. So, like, none of this is closed off. None of it is, like... Which is why I'm handing it off to a colorist so that so my best friend can deal with it. Texture's so good. Yeah, but also learn to make really good lines before you pull it back again. It's like there's a reason why I am like, I like this and I think it still looks good. It's because I can also do really clean lines if I have to. I have a second job where sometimes I work also as for a fashion company as like one of their cleanup artists. And it's like I have to mimic their style a lot. And it's like a lot of the things that they tell me to do are it's very clean, non-textured work, and it does murder me just a little bit, but it's okay. It's not like it's impossible, and it's like I enjoy doing the work that they give me, so. But it's always hard to work in another style. But yeah, especially when I was younger, I wanted that very, like, anime, like, super clean line look, and now that I'm older, I'm like, I can't do it. It's not a vibe. Not my vibe. Like, there's a certain point in high school where I started doing really thick line work, because I used to do super, super thin line work growing up, and then it's like one day there's an artist Levizzo, and like I saw his work and I was like, these lines are sick. And I'm like, wait, I want to do thicker line art. This thin line art sucks. And I started doing more thick and varied and heavy line works. It's like it feels like it has more impact, you know. Again, a different vibe, a better feeling. I prefer. Also making sure that some of this still looks like good. that's a bit of a tangent there, so let's just fix that. Let me quickly just drag the shadow down more. And this actually is also creating a tangent. Down here. Yeah, because then if I... okay, I have to change this line mark then right here. I could just get rid of it. No, because then that looks empty. So if I... Sorry, hang on. I'm like logiking out with myself where to put lines and stuff. Okay. That looks better. Okay. Oh, I'm being delivered something. Thank you. My mother has given me a bowl of meat. Thank you, Mother, for the Korean meat. I like the sort of scratchy lines you get in some comics. Same. Can you show the finished Neptune with all the knights? Yeah, I can do that. And then look at these Oga Knights. I love your mother for giving you Korean meat. Yeah. There she is. Neptune with her sillies. Silly guys! So good, so silly. Get really disheartened when inking after drawing really rough, energetic pencils. You think use of color afterwards helps renew it? You need to learn to love my inks. I said it earlier, like, when you are working with line art, or like with anything realistically, and when you are rendering something, you should feel like you have a finished piece at every stage of your rendering process. So like with, these lines, if I just chose to keep this in black and white, that could be a choice that I make, right? Because like if I am like working with this and then I finish these lines and it feels like it needs color to be finished, then your lines are not as good enough quality. Which is like, I kind of live by that now. I'm like, I try to make sure every step of my process feels really finished, to a degree that I am satisfied with. So it's like, that's why it's like, again, I'm adding a lot of shading with my line work. I'm adding a lot of rough hewn edges. I'm giving it more texture, right? So it feels like a finished piece of some kind. And like, so when I like, try eating teriyaki ribs, like, a big thing when you are transferring from sketch to lines is you should never lose that energy that you had while you were lining. You should keep your lines energetic, you should keep them sharp, and you should keep them fast, you should keep them... Do not line as if you are, like, diffusing a bomb. Line as if you are doing a gesture illustration. Right? It should be clean, it should be readable, it should be finished, but never let it lose that energy. You know? I had ribs today too. Yay! Yes, the Oma star. How do you know when to create new layers for your art? Whenever I just want to make sure that it doesn't interact with other stuff. So for me, I'm awful because I use so few layers for everything. So all of my line art is just on one layer. And I'm like, realistically, you can use layers as much as you want. Me, I choose to use not as many layers because it saves on like memory. It makes the files smaller. That's a me thing, though. It's hard to keep that energy. It's very difficult. Yeah. It's because it takes a lot of line confidence, which you gain the more that you do line work. Right? And like I mentioned, I grew up doing line art, so I'm like, I love my lines. But especially people who are less, like, confident when doing lines, it can be really tricky to keep that energy because they want that, like, they want the energy and the confidence that I have while sketching, while also keeping it very clean. And that can be really, really tricky especially if you are not super experienced with line art and stuff like that. So, like, you're watching me line. If you notice my smoothing, that's also my stabilization, it's at 0. Like, I am doing this just off the dome. Like, none of this is, like, altered. I don't have anything smoothing out my pencil, my pen. I am just working very fast. So then by working very fast, it makes my handshake not pick up at all. And that's because I've been doing lines for 20 years. Like, I love line work. So it's like doing that over and over helps a ton. That's super true. I use layers as I need them. If it's something I'm going to fiddle with, I put it on another layer. Otherwise, I'm keeping it 5 to 7. Same. Exactly the same. I'm so sorry if you can hear me chewing. These ribs are really good. I love teriyaki, dude. Oh my god, it's 1 a.m. for you? Go to bed. What are you doing here? No, don't call it ASMR. No. I'm like self-conscious now. 4 a.m. Go to bed. Oh my lord. Me, who was up at 3 yesterday. Go to bed! Just love teriyaki, dude. I love teriyaki! Teriyaki ribs are so good! Korean teriyaki ribs are so good, dude. I love short ribs. Ugh! It's like one of my favorite meats. Stop, I'm hungry now. Love teriyaki short ribs. I'm sorry. It's only 4 p.m. for me. It's also only 4 p.m. for me. Okay. Who in here knows what Filipino lumpia is? Who knows what lumpia is? You're instantly cooler if you know what lumpia is. It's not like, no, not the sauce. Lumpia. It's a food. It's not like it's an underground food. I'm Filipino. Lumpia! Yes! Filipino! I don't know what it is. Okay, lumpia, it's similar to a spring roll, but it's all meat. It's like completely meat. Lumpia. I am Filipino. Lumpia. Lumpia is delicious. Yeah, types of spring rolls commonly found in Indonesian Filipino cuisines, made from thin paper-like, crepe-like pastry called lumpia wrapper, enveloping sweet or savory things. I'm used to the savory, so it's usually like meat that's in the center. It's like meat and then like a little bit of vegetables, so it's like chopped, like diced carrots and stuff like that. I know, only because I'm dating a Filipino. Yes, Crow has had lumpia because I have enlightened him. Okay, you see this, like, tray of lumpia right here? I could demolish this. I could eat all of this. Lumpia is my lifeblood, dude. I love it. It looks so good. It's delicious. Everybody in here who has never had lumpia before should try it and become friends with a Filipino so that you get to go to their house and have lumpia. You can't go to a store. You have to have homemade lumpia. That's the best. Does it need the veggies? The veggies are so small that you barely taste them. Like, it is mostly just really savory, smooth meat. It's delicious. It is delicious. And then you have it with, like, this sweet and spicy sauce that's like, oh my god. Look, that lumpia is more popular in the US than I thought. Yeah. Lumpia is okay, so I went to a party a couple weeks back. It was like a family party, and like, we're Filipinos, we're Asian, so like, when they started packing up the food, they were like, okay, everybody, we've provided containers for everyone, take home as much of the food as you want, and like, there was just a giant, like, tray of lumpia, so of course I take home, like, 90% of the lumpia, and the next day, I was, like, looking for it, I couldn't find it in the fridge. I text my mother. I'm like, Mama, where did you take the lumpia to work? And she replies to me and she goes, I would never touch your lumpia. I love lumpia so much. Time to learn to make it. Oh, making it's really fun too. I used to love making lumpia as a kid. As a Filipino, this topic brings me joy. Well, fellow Filipino, my mother brought home sapin sapin the other day because it was her birthday recently. Sapin sapin is my favorite Filipino dessert. For those who don't know what sapin sapin is, it's like a rice jelly cake. They're like little cakes. So it's like, they're the best. I love sapin sapin. It translates to layer, which is really funny because it's like layered gelatin. It's the best. I love sapin sapin. I love puto, which puto, P-U-T-O in Tagalog. Another rice cake. Really good. Did somebody just open my door? Hang on, I need to close that. The ghost opened my door. Yay, I'm glad your voiceovers are doing good. Everybody go check out Scarecrow Sketch. He's also a content creator. What that is? Puto is another rice cake. Also delicious. Hang on. We're looking up Filipino desserts now. Sapin sapin. First of all, sapin sapin looks like this. It's delicious. Love sapin sapin. It's like layered. Sometimes it has coconut on it or other like shavings and whatnot. Sapin sapin's delicious. It has the consistency of like gelatin. Like it's like jello. It's really, really good. It's purple, I want it. It's delicious. The purple layer has ube in it, if I remember correctly. Which, if you've never had ube, you might have heard the other version of it, which is taro, which you might have seen in like a bubble tea place. Ube is purple yam. Delicious. Amazing in every kind of dessert. And then puto. Puto is like this. You can have ube puto, so yes, there are purple versions. You can have ube puto, you can have pandan puto. Most of the time they're white. They're the same thing. They're not the same. I don't think they're the same thing. They're either the same thing in different languages, or they are two different purple yams. I do not know the difference. But they are super similar in taste. Like, super similar. I always ate the cheese. I also... Here's the funny thing, is like, I grew up with puto without the cheese on it. So then the first time I had puto with cheese, I was like, whoa, this is so different. It's so good, though. Learning new things today. Yeah, Filipino desserts and stuff are so good. I love puto. I could just demolish an entire plate of puto. I love puto. So good. Sapin sapin, my mind instantly went to French. The blessing of exams. Sapin sapin is in Tagalog. Ironically, I know French better than I know Tagalog because I'm Canadian. Yeah. Everybody should try more Filipino desserts and foods. My favorite puto, yeah. You know Tagalog more than French and you're American. That's fair. I mean, to be fair, Tagalog, like the more modern dialect of the Philippines, it resembles Spanish, because of Spanish colonization. So, like, it would make sense that you recognize it better than you do French, because, you know, you learned Spanish in America. Other Filipino desserts that I don't really like, because I am weird and I don't really enjoy fruit that much. There's cassava cake, which my mother really likes to make. There's boku salad, which traditionally boku salad has cheese in it. My mother does not make it with cheese, because the cheese feels strange to me in there. And she also doesn't like it with the cheese. Halo halo, which is shaved ice with a bunch of fruits on it. She also loves. I learned ASL, not much Spanish. That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, everybody in here, if you are not Filipino and do not know much about Filipino foods, you should all try more Filipino foods. Because you're missing out, dude. Halo is delicious. Love Filipino food. Filipino food is great. Halo. Yeah. Filipinos love to double up on words. Like names, too. Your nickname is going to be a syllable repeated twice. My cousin Gavin, his nickname is Gab Gab. Cousin Felicity Ray, her nickname is Ray Ray. They love that stuff, dude. It's so like... Kanafe Malabi? I don't know those two. It's just Filipino night. Alright. Kanafe. Arab dessert made with kadif, covered with cheese and soaked in sweet sugar-based syrup called attar. That looks really good. Now you see, I don't like pistachios. So I'm a little... Would I be oli oli? Yeah! True! Yes, he did pick off my coconut for me. Malabi. That one sounds familiar. Malabi. Oh, yes! I have seen this before. I've seen it at a party. This looks good, too. Malabi. What is in this? Malabi. Milk pudding, commonly made with rice, sugar, milk, and either rice flour, starch, or some semolina. Popular as a dessert in the Middle East. The dessert is called malebi in Turkey and Iraq. The other countries in the region is called malabi. I'm not gonna pronounce. I'm not gonna even try. I'm gonna butcher that. I don't want to. I'm too scared. Pudding. You don't like pistachio? I'm offended. I'm sorry. No, I don't. I don't like pistachio. It's okay. No, those look really good though. I love oh gosh. It's not Middle Eastern. I remember I had a friend in high school bring like a dessert from home, and they were like, Jess, you should try this. And I was like, what is it? And they're like, it's gulab jamun. And it's like, yeah, it's really good. And I was like, okay. And I tried it. I think I ate like 4. Which, like, if you know what gulab jamun is, it's like a honey-soaked, it's like a syrup-soaked dough ball. It is amazing. They're so good. They're best served warm. Like, it is like syrupy, sugary goodness. It's a heart attack in a dessert. It's amazing. Has a nut allergy. She just doesn't like them. It's also because she's just allergic. I mean, pistachios, I don't think harm me that much. To be fair, I haven't had a pistachio in a long time. I just remember not liking them as a kid. I developed a nut allergy over time. I have a peanut allergy specifically. I'm like, there are some nuts where I also just do not like nuts. So I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I'm allergic. Other times it's like, I'm not allergic, I just don't like it. Like almonds. Like, I don't like almonds. I meant to say you're allergic if you can't have them. Yeah. I'm like, I can't, like, I can't have peanuts. That one for sure. I'm like, I won't die, but like my throat starts to close up and it's kind of hard to like swallow/breathe for like a few hours. And like that is the definition of an allergy, you know, that that is what it does. But like other nuts, like I can technically have things with like hazelnut in them. Like I can have Nutella and stuff like that. I just don't like it. I just don't like the taste. Almonds are also terrible for the environment, that's true. Jessie doesn't like anything. Speak for yourself. I'm joking. You don't like anything dairy-based, if I remember correctly, which is absolutely crazy. Okay, you might be right. Is that yummy? It's gross. You're nuts. You're absolutely, you're diabolical. That's nuts. I have celiac, so I need to be careful about wheat, even if I can take a few sandwiches and not need to think about it. Fair. Finish my art. Yippee! Hooray! Congratulations. Post it to the Discord if you haven't. Like, you went outside being an absolute goblin today. He's making the goblin noises. Oh, is he? Record them and send them to me. I like those sounds. Those ones are funny. Hi, Quinn! Missing out on ice cream. It's true. Quinn finally shows up. I talk to Quinn all the time. Quinn and I are like tight. I will if he doesn't attack me first. That's real. I posted it. Yippee! Where? Where'd you post it? "21 degrees is disgusting. I hate the heat. It's here. It is 10 Celsius, which is, hang on, freedom units. Hey Google, what's 10 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
10 degrees Celsius is 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
50. It's 50 in freedom units here. 10 Celsius is amazing. I love 10 Celsius. Anything between 10 to 15 is my perfect range. I prefer the chill. I prefer the cold. So I'm like 10 to 15. That's like maybe a sweater or like a t-shirt. Like, it's great. Love 10 Celsius. It's great. 30 Celsius is disgusting. Yeah, America units, freedom units is 50. Need to accidentally run away to Canada. 14 to 18? No. I mean, 18 is fine. Anything below 20 is what I prefer. And when it starts hitting the 20s, I start to melt. I'm like, I can't, bro. I'm a snowman. I am built like Frosty the Snowman, bro. I can't handle the the heat. 70 to 80 in freedom units. I can't, bro. I think most people should accidentally run away to Canada. Only some. I can't get cold where I live. I need cold. Are you closer to the equator? Don't tell me where you live. Just, are you closer to the equator? Are you in a place that just doesn't get snow? 18 cloudy breaks with sun with the breeze is the best. That's so specific, but you're right. We got snow? Okay. I'm gonna go to like a fugue state and just be like, oh, guess I'm here now. Only sometimes a few days a year, sadly. Oh, okay. So you're like warmer. I see, I see. I mean, Quinn, with what your major is, I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to like move to Canada. Because for those who don't know, if you're ever like, ah, man, I really want to immigrate to Canada, Canada just made it way harder to come here. And a big factor is what your job is. So, like, they have, like, rankings now for what jobs you have. And, like, if you are attempting to come here via a work visa, what job you have is, like, really, really important. So, like, things like lawyers, doctors, that kind of thing, those have really, really high priority. It's like, you cannot expect to get into Canada if you work as anything else, essentially. Like things that are, like engineers or, like, stuff like that, like, those, high priority. But, like, medical field engineers, like, those sort of things are really high priority. Law enforcement, that sort of thing. But, like, if you're in a creative field, don't even think about it. Like, you're not gonna get here, which is, like, super annoying. Like, it's super annoying. Oh, yeah! Visiting here is easy. You just visit. You just show up. Come to Canada. Come visit. It's great. Love it here. True North, strong, and free. What about professional moose hunter? That's nuts. We stand on guard for thee. So true. Look at so we get mush pain. I'd love to visit some days, expecting to randomly spawn in. Yeah, everybody come visit Canada. Kevin, that's diabolical. Seen a video about Canada lately, why the prices went up so high for you guys. Oh no, Canada is so unlivable. Canada is so expensive. It's stupid expensive to live here. Like, don't get me wrong. I love it here. I do like Canada. But man, are the prices here awful. Oh my god, is it expensive to live here. Oh, have I ever eaten Burfi? I haven't, but I know of it. I have a friend whose dog is named Burfi, and she explained, like, what the dessert was. So I've never had it, but I know of it. I grew up in a circus. I'm not joking. Oh my god. You in Norway are so expensive. Oof, I can imagine. Are you guys enjoying this? Are you enjoying just like a stream where I'm kind of just doing my own thing and you get to just talk to me? How do you guys feel about this? The cost of living in general is expensive. Yeah? You guys like this? Okay, I'm glad. So I like this too. This is great. I like how chill this is. I like drawing while you draw because somehow it helps me lock in. No, that's true. It's like a collective thing. I get it. It's like having a workspace. Relaxing to listen to when making art animations, yeah. Parallel play goes crazy, yeah. Feels like we're sitting together doing our own thing. You know what, Amber? You're so right. That is genuinely what it is. Something about being in a collective. It's nice. I also need some sort of podcast or music while I work. I cannot be in silence. It's like when I'm teaching too, especially my classes. Whenever I teach, I'm like, my students will ask me, it's like, what are you listening to right now? And I'm like, oh, I'll give you the music. Before I used to make a joke out of it. I'm like, I'm totally not listening to anything right now. If I was listening to something, it would be, and then I'd give the name of the song. But that I was actively listening to. And I'd be like, no, I'm not listening to anything though. Like, if I was listening to something, it would be this, but I'm not listening to anything. Have a good rest, Silvertail. It sounds deafening, genuinely. When I draw, I listen to Ghibli lo-fi. It's very cozy. That sounds cozy. I listen to any collective of songs. As of late, what I have been listening to, I've been listening to two things. I've been, as in like the last day, I've been listening to two songs a lot. Because I listen to so much music. I have been listening to Rally Funk by Slowy Mane. Because the song is funny. And then I have been listening to Feel It by David. I think that's how you pronounce it. From Invincible, which I have not watched the show. Just saying. I haven't watched it. But it's Feel It by David, spelled D4VD. And I'd sing it for you, but then we'd get demonetized. Thanks, Quinn. I have an album for every piece of starter from the past 2 years. Whenever I hit shuffle the song, I get the piece I work on that day. That's so fun. I don't listen to thousands of songs because I just listen to anything that sounds good. Same! My playlists are huge. And again, my playlists are named after characters. So there's a corn playlist. They love to demonetize us poor art education channels. I think if if any channel sang something with copyright, they would get demonetized. But you're so right, though. They target us so much. If anyone wants the corn playlist, I will post it in the members chat. So members can have the playlist that I use for corn. Disney karaoke night? No. Okay, so I was telling my students that I am actually super uninformed with classic Disney. Like, I grew up on Nickelodeon and Hasbro. So, like, classic Disney movies, I haven't watched a good chunk. I watched Lilo and Stitch for the first time, like, the original. I watched Lilo and Stitch for the first time, like, last year. That's not even a joke. Like, I watched it for the very first time last year. Same thing with Treasure Planet. Like, a lot of classic Disney movies I have not seen. Main playlist is named something, and then the rest are named my moods and characters. That's real. I still haven't watched Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch is pretty good. Like you could name, like, a bunch of, like, classic Disney movies. I'll tell you if I've seen them or not. You haven't seen Lilo and Stitch either? Yeah. I'll listen to it afterwards, babe. So that I can focus on it. It's Cartoon Network child? That's real. I've heard that the remake is bad. Have I seen the Disney series? Like the Lilo and Stitch show? I've only seen it because of Crow. I have not seen Aladdin. We like the way you do line art. Thank you, Snarver. I like the way you do line art. Want to make sure I am a cartoony dude, yeah. Made Jabba evil, yeah. Fox and the Hound? Nope. 101 Dalmatians? Nope. Lion King? Yes. Bambi? Nope. The Lion King, I remember. The Lion King came out when I was 0. So, Oliver, I'm working. You need to leave. You want to say hi to chat?
Hello.
My cousin's here. You need to leave, bud. Or you can stay silent. Okay, hello.
I'm just gonna watch you.
Okay, you can watch me. You just stay quiet, okay? You can just stay back there and stay quiet. They're saying hello to you. Yeah, but when I said I'm like, there are people in my house, I mean it. Like, there are, like, there's a party going on downstairs. I'm like, I will rejoin them when I am done stream, but yeah. That's so cute. Oh, Crow says hi. He's watching too.
Oh, hello.
You freak me out because your cousin shares my name? Yeah. There are people in my walls, but I don't get to tell them they need to leave. That's real. That's where Iggy went. It all makes sense. Yeah, Iggy actually flew from where he is to me. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty nuts. What was I talking about? Disney. That's right. I was joking, by the way. I'm not being serious. Iggy is not here. Anyway, yes. So Disney, I haven't seen a good chunk of them. I like a good chunk of like classic Disney I have not seen at all. Yeah, no, I'm not being serious. Do not take me seriously. I'm joking. I am so joking. I have not met Iggy in person before, actually. Live with a ghost named Jerry. He has an obsession with socks for some reason. I would too. Socks are a good time. I'm wearing fuzzy socks right now because it's a little chilly. I grew up with Nickelodeon for the most part. Same. I also grew up with Nickelodeon. Phineas and Ferb, yeah, I grew up with a ton of Phineas and Ferb. I don't think it was my favorite show, but I did like it. What was my favorite show as a kid? I had a bunch. I loved a lot of shows. I loved Johnny Test when I was really young. I loved Johnny Test. My dad didn't like the show. It's Canadian. I loved Jimmy Two Shoes when I was a kid. Oh, you're gonna hate me. I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time, like, a year or two ago. Like, last year, I think. Latest voiceover is most viewed. Sure, I've done it almost a year. Yippee! I'm glad! That's great! Jimmy Two Shoes, you remember? Oh, of course I watched Wonder Pets. Are you kidding? That was my everything. I did not watch SpongeBob. Surprisingly. I didn't watch SpongeBob at all. Hi.
Hello. I'm just looking at the comment section.
You're looking at the okay. talking to Josh about Jimmy Two Shoes. Did he watch it too? Wonder Pet's the best. I love the turtle. I think my favorite was the duck. Jesse analyzes Jimmy Two Shoes style stream. No, we're not doing that. Wonder Pet's mentioned? Oh, so true. Ming Ming, yeah, that's her name. I was trying to remember what her name was. I'm like, it's been so long. I've watched Wonder Pet since I was like 5. Oh no, it's almost 2 decades ago. That's disgusting to think about. I also... What's Wonder Pets? Wonder Pets is a children's show from a long time ago. Well, not too long ago, but it was a very long time ago. I actually did not watch Powerpuff Girls, surprisingly. I did not watch the Penguins of Madagascar show. I knew it existed, but I didn't watch it. Yeah. May just watch Avatar. I'm so glad because I watched it as an adult. It was way different. Oh, no, it's an amazing show. Avatar is such a good show. You want to say hi to chat too? No? Okay. My other cousin has joined us.
I was wondering where you were. Auntie Mama said not to go upstairs.
It's okay, as long as you guys are quiet. It's alright.
Oh, okay.
My other cousin isn't here. I have 2 cousins in my room now. You don't want to say hi to chat?
No.
No? Okay. Crow's in there.
Oh.
You want to say hi to Crow?
Hello.
My chat says hi.
What's up?
Bring your cousins to stream day unintentionally, right?
You like this shit?
Just make sure you stay quiet, guys, okay?
Oh.
It's because you've met them, babe. You know, they know you. We never get fun events like this because we're online based now. To be fair, I never brought anybody to the studio when we were in person too. So the only people, actually no, my brother was there, but that was only because we had a gallery night and I was displaying my work. So like they went there to support me, like support me and like my artwork. I just realized you sound like my friend just without the sound barrier breaking part. Oh, like I'm not screaming? It's because you haven't caught me in the right setting. Sometimes my students will say something that makes me scream. One of my students today said, like, we were talking about, like, Christmas and, like, just, like, the differences in, like, growing up with, like, different cultures and, like, how we all grew up with, like, different events. And, like, one of my students, where they're based, they're, like, they, like, as a child, like, they never celebrated Christmas, so they were like, I wonder if Santa knows about my country. Because they knew about Christmas, but they had never celebrated it. So they were like, I wonder why he never visits. And I was like, that's so sad. I'm like, oh no. I was like, oh. Look at that. Isn't that cool? There we go. There's a page done. Sweet. Oh, there's a page's lines done.
Oh.
Never celebrated Christmas either. What a mood. Oh, Ben 10, yeah. Oh, hang on. Is Crow still in here? Somebody mentioned Ben 10.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you guys are leaving? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I'll see you in a bit.
I'm only going because my brother told me to.
Okay. I'll be done in like half an hour.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. There they go. There the children leave. Oh, that's funny. Those kids are funny. Okay. Show was my goat, yeah. Living out childhoods with these mentions of old shows, genuinely. No, I lived for Ben 10 when I was a kid. You never watched Ben 10, but you heard of it? Oh, Ben 10's a great time. Highly recommend. A Transformers kid all the way. Old cartoonist peak. True. Loved a good Transformers. Oh, Chowder. Yeah. I never watched it that much. Again, There he is. There he is. I'm the biggest Ben 10 fan. Sadly, I don't have my Omnitrix anymore. I was gonna say I'm like Chowder as well. My partner Crow loves Chowder. Rada. Yeah, Transformers is a good time. If you kind of notice the technique here, the line work gets a lot stronger as we get closer to the foreground. Just because we are changing what our focal points are via line art. So with this, the less detail that you have, the more it sort of fades into the background, right? So what I've done is I've essentially created a sort of like frame around our main focal point here. Yes? Hi. You want to come back?
Yes.
Okay.
I only went because my brother told me to and insisted me.
Okay. As long as you're quiet, it's okay. Steven Universe is my favorite Cartoon Network show for sure. That's real. Michael Bay introduced a generation to Transformers in Linkin Park, yeah. I love the Michael Bay outro music so much. Have you seen Spirit? Nope. The children yearn for the comic stream, genuinely, right? Okay, this is one of the ones where you guys get to see me fix my old artwork because, like, the way that I lined this, the way that I did this, I don't draw Corn like this anymore. So I have to fix it just based on how I would probably draw him now. So I'm like, the biggest difference is that Corn's anatomy is a little bit different. So he's a little bit more built. The horns I draw slightly differently now. That sort of thing. So I'm like, I have to improve upon what I've already got. Do you know Sawsbuck is called Sawsbuck? Because SAWS is an acronym for summer, autumn, winter, and spring. That's really funny! I didn't know that!
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You should watch the animation, so smooth and clean. Yeah. People have said that they swear by Spirit, so I'm like, I believe them. Anyone remember She-Ra? My dad loves She-Ra. The new She-Ra cartoon is one of my dad's favorite shows. Never watched the Kung Fu Panda show. No. When did I make these sketches? These were not sketches. So this line art, you can actually see the exact time that I made this line art. There's an old comic video where I was like completing this page. So it's like you can actively see when I drew this. I think it was like, it's been almost a year now, right? Well, not a year, but it's been a while. It's been a good chunk of time. Yes, I make his ears bigger now. I add like a bit of shading on the inside. The neck is a little bit bigger too. Curved a little bit different. So I'm like, I have to fix it.
You good? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just sneezed.
What's Corn's weakness?
His weakness.
I feel like it's kind of on the neck because it's still very.
Yeah. He doesn't necessarily have a weakness. He can be hit by anything. Corn was the party's tank, so he was very strong. He would half damage on everything.
Yeah.
So he was the strongest of the party physically. Are you okay? Yeah. Thank you.
Emotional damage.
Oh, his weakness is emotional damage. That's true. It's true. The only thing that Corn will be vulnerable to is psychic damage. So I guess that's accurate. Actually, yeah, psychic damage is literally the only thing that he's like okay with. Wait, what did I miss? What? Oh no. Yeah, his weakness, quote unquote, is psychic damage. Yeah. Suck it, barbarians. I love being a barbarian. It's so fun. I like to just not think about what I'm gonna do. Hit and run, dude. It's great. It's fantastic. It's hilarious having over 300 health and nothing can hit you. And nothing damages you. It's the best. I love it when it's like, yeah, so you take 100 damage, halved to 50. Uh-huh. I want to play a barbarian named Tornado. That's hilarious.
They said happy birthday now.
Whose birthday are we celebrating? My mom's?
No, my grandma's.
Oh, your grandmother's. Okay.
Oh
wait, it's Grandma's birthday. Oh shoot, it is Grandma's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh no. Uh-oh. That's bad on me. He's the best tank when the enemy actually decided to hit him. I felt so bad. I tanked so much when they decided to hit me. Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of see the slight difference. Right? He's a little more built. A little bit chunkier. So it's just the smallest change in anatomy is what we've got going here. Does the DM target you with whiz in saving throws? No, he just wouldn't target me as much. Which is hilarious because I was always right up on the enemy. I'm like, I was not targeted as much, even though I was always within 5 feet. To be fair though, Pierce was also 5 feet away, and it's just because Pierce did way more damage. Pierce was absolutely the biggest DPS. I'm sorry. Yeah, happy birthday to my grandmother. She and my mom have very similar birthdays, so I'm like, I kind of forget sometimes.
It's okay, mistakes happen.
Thank you. Yes, Pierce is a ranger. Pierce was a Drake Warden ranger, yeah. My partner, however, is amazing at making min-max things, and also just really good at making builds that do a lot of damage. So Pierce was our biggest DPS. Last session, the very final session, what did Pierce do in one turn? Like 300 damage or something? Like, it was a lot. Me, when the ranger doesn't play range. Oh yeah, no, Pierce was right up on everybody all the time. Melee, no, I love being melee. Love that blue color. This is purple. 226, yeah. A lot of damage. I swear he did 300 at one point. I know Pierce and Korn did a collective 200 something together. How much damage does Korn usually do? In one hit, usually around... If I roll good, it's like... If I roll good enough, it's like 50 to 60 per hit. Usually I get like 2 hits, so it's like, it's somewhere around there. Thank you. Can you put him back, please? Okay. Thank you. Do I use that color a lot? Yeah. Met it before then, but you wrote 226 in the notes. With the double crit, Pierce did 289 without higher level smites. Oh, okay. Did I write 226 in the notes? My fault, gang. I should have been more done. 56 was pretty good. Yeah, Korn's axe was insane. You guys want to see it? Hang on. You guys want to see this this stat? Hang on, we're pulling this up. Korn's hang on, I should long rest him just so he can have his health back. Yeah, there we go, back to 303. So Korn's axe, the Frigid Battalion, plus 16 to hit, 1d12 plus 10, an additional 3d6 cold damage. Oh, so sorry, not 50 to 60 per hit, 50 to 60 per action. Around there, usually. If I was lucky, it would be more. And then like 4d8 when they were within 15 feet of him. Frigid Battalion was sick. I loved this weapon so much. And then I had a boon of, like, if I miss, I would just be like, just kidding, I hit, actually. Like, I can just choose to hit, which is great. My favorite, yeah, 25 strength, 20 con, great. Korn was super min-max. My favorite thing is this ability. When you kill a creature with an attack using this weapon, you can take 10d10 cold damage and glaciate the creature's corpse. This damage can't be reduced in any way, and you die if this damage reduces you to 0 hit points. The glaciated creature and everything it is wearing and carrying, except magic items, are permanently turned into a frozen statue. The creature can be restored to life only by means of a true resurrection or wish spell. The statue can only be removed by means of the wish spell or fire damage of a spell of 7th level or higher. Otherwise, the creature will remain a frozen statue forever. You can't use this property of axe until 7 days have passed. So I used that once. I was able to, free somebody once. And I didn't die, so we're good. Are you heading out?
Yeah, because, like,
Okay. Go join the party. I'll be down in 15 minutes.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you down there. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That is good. No, it's a really good weapon. I love the Frigid Battalion. This is a homebrew. So Korn's axe that I'm drawing him with right now, this is what the axe looks like. This is the Frigid Battalion. It's got, this right here is a magically imbued spine of a white dragon. So there you go. There's a bit of lore with that. Malphite's now plus 12 to hit after modifiers, though, so my low rolling is finally no longer an issue. Yeah, see, that's why I was so happy when I got the plus 60 to hit. Oh, that axe also crits on an 18, 19, or 20. So I've got a triple the chance to crit with that axe. And then I've also got brutal critical, where at level 20, I triple my dice. Which is, like, Korn was a pretty good DPS. Korn was a DPS who was really good because he didn't need to set up at all. He had all of this right at the start. Like, it was like with a lot of the others, it's like they needed to set up things or they need to stack on things. Korn, it's just right, one hit, you could die. You could obliterate anybody. It was fantastic. I love my baby. I'm gonna miss him so much, dude. Let's shrink this a little bit. My party trying to loot the bodies of dragon corpses every time they appear. Some sorcerer kid trying to collect unicorn hair and dragon blood. Yeah. No, Korn's axe was found in like a lost cavern of a dragon's hoard. It was great. We were trying to find vestiges anyway. Vestiges of divergence. I DM'd. Pierce needed like 4 to 5 turns to set up everything. Yeah, Korn is immediate. Korn would just have everything ready right off the bat. So it's like, Korn not needing any setup was really, really huge. IDM doesn't even count my movement anymore. He just knows I can make it. That's the best, though. I've played a level 8 monk before, and it's a level 9 monk, sorry. Strider was level 9. It genuinely was like, I stopped counting, because I'm like, the whole, like, field, I'm like, I knew I could make it. Just the size of the field, I'm like, oh yeah, I can make this. I don't even need to count. It's the best. Still running the high of all those disintegrates. Yeah, that's great, dude. Why am I sketching with purple? This is my fix layer. So when I have a layer, when I have to fix, like, my sketch that I have, like, the initial thing, then I just use a color so it's easier to distinguish between one or the other. So this way it isn't too, like, layered, and I don't have to worry about things like that. Okay, we've got like 10 minutes left. That's fine. It's not like I have like a piece that I'm finishing for today. You guys are just watching me work. Can you tell me later that the last one did exactly the damage of the BBG's HP? That's so funny. This is where his ear starts. Okay. Technically, you've already finished a piece. This is the second demo. Yeah, technically. Technically. When did I start this? When I actually started working on this, I think was early last year. Maybe before then. When did I start working on these? Hang on, let's check. Properties. Hang on. 20, yeah, early 2024. So around March, February 2024. So early last year, yeah, is when I started these. And then I had to like I'm like redoing a bunch of them now. The 10-minute power hour music. Yeah, babe, it's Stevia Sphere. It's free to use, so I'm like, I use the same ones. Around the same time we went, yes. I've been waiting forever, I can tell you that. That's real. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just means your line art has gotten so much better since you started using the chisel brush. Oh yes! You kidding me? No, 1000%. The chisel brush gave me a different kind of confidence, I think. And it's like, I mentioned it earlier, like, I started using the chisel brush while I was in a rut of, like, what to use. Because I was very much, like, I wanted a brush with more texture, but I couldn't figure out what brush to use. So I was like kind of going back and forth between a bunch of them, and then finally I landed on the chisel and I'm like, this is the one. Like, this is the brush I'm using now. Hello! Yeah, chisels... There's absolutely a chisel brush for clip. Like, I cannot imagine that there isn't one. Because it's like the chisel brush is just so common. I'm like, even if you don't find, like somebody, even if there isn't like a default one, like there has to be one somewhere. Like there's no way that there isn't. It's manga, it's a comic. I would say I would classify this more as a comic than a manga. They're not necessarily interchangeable. They're a little interchangeable, but not totally. The techniques that you would use in both are a little bit different. Procreate has some pretty cool chisel brushes. That was crazy. That was crazy. I believe it. I'm like, I think I mentioned this before. I don't use Procreate. A, I don't have an iPad. B, I am so like, I'm really annoying because I love my programs really busy and really annoying. So I'm like, I love Photoshop. I love CSP. Procreate isn't busy enough for me. It's too simple. It doesn't have enough. So I'm like, I've used Procreate before. The feeling is fine and it's great if it's like on the go. I would never switch to Procreate as like a full-time program though. It's just not complex enough for me. I'm like, what do you mean I don't have 5,000 blending modes and I don't have a bajillion filters and I don't have access to, to like 2 different kinds of liquify? I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, like Procreate's fine. It's good. I'm like, yeah. Speaking of programs, my brother came to me the other day. My brother, who is also an artist, he is in school for video game art currently. He came to me the other day, barges through my door. I take off my headphones, I'm like, can I help you? And he goes, so why didn't you tell me that Photoshop has an animation software built in? And I was like, oh, because it sucks. And he's like, it's doing everything I want right now. And I'm like, well, that's great for you. I hate Photoshop's animation software. So, if you didn't know, Photoshop also has animation built in. It has animation, it has 3D software built in as well. I can't stand either of them. My old prof loved Photoshop's animation capabilities. I couldn't stand it. It's really, really strange. I don't hate animation. I can't do it. I'm like, I can do it theoretically. I've been to school and have been forced to learn animation. I am not good at it, though. But yeah, my old animation prof loved Photoshop's animation capabilities. Yeah, it's actually not bad for frame to frame, it's just not very intuitive. It's fundamental. Yeah. Yeah, there is a little bit of 3D. It's not like you can make things in 3D on Photoshop, but it's like they have the capability to like open stuff. But you can import like your Substance 3D models into Photoshop and then paint on them directly. So it's like it works like ZBrush now, I believe. Photoshop is animation, or the GIFs are possible. Yeah, yeah. So it like you can open up GIFs, but you can make full animations in Photoshop. Yeah. That's been a thing for a long, long time. Considering my brother figured it out and he still uses a super legal version of CS6. Yeah, look at the slight difference. Right? You can kind of feel the anatomy difference going from one to the other. The anatomy difference and also just the three-dimensional difference of the two of them. It's like, I think with this version of Korn, the newer drawn out version of him, I have a better idea of the spatial awareness of his like face and body, and like his eye feels more embedded in the skull rather than stuck on, which is also great. So again, minor changes, but it's like there are things that like I need to stay sane. Portrait is depth, is just approachable. Has cool stuff in menus, just not as much. I get what you mean, though. Yeah, no. Having gone from, like, being used to Photoshop, I'm like, I've seen how Procreate handles, and I can't. I'm like, I like it. It is good as, like, a quick software. I don't enjoy it as much as if it was going to be my permanent one. Is a perspective tool for like editing the sides of buildings and whatnot if you have a photo that is skewed perspective. Yeah, they have that too. CS2? I've never even touched CS2 before. I barely remember it existed. CSP is objectively better than Fire Alpaca in every way, but Fire Alpaca just fits my needs, workflows. I stuck with it. I can't stand Fire Alpaca. It's so like, there's nothing there, dude. It's like I worked with Fire Alpaca and Medibang for this studio in a while. Watch this, okay? I'm gonna blow your minds. So, this is a thing I learned that new Photoshop could do, which like blew my mind, okay? So let's say I draw a happy face. And I'm like, I want to make it so then like this happy face looks like it's on a road. So let me draw in my road really quickly. Alright, I'm like, let's say I've got my road. It's going off into the distance. And it's like the center of the road or whatever, right? Let's say I have my happy face. And I'm like, I'm going to skew my happy face so then it fits on this road. So I'm going to skew it so it looks like it's fitting on this road. If I want to make sure that this happy face stays in perspective, Photoshop does that automatically for me. I'm not clicking any buttons. I'm just dragging this back and forth. Like, just based on the angle that this is at, Photoshop will just read that and go, okay, and it'll stay at that angle, like, all the time, no matter what. It's fantastic. Like, you look at, like, anchors, and it's like, I'm like, oh, like, I did this before because I was, like, trying to, like, draw a bunch of like graffiti on a street, and like it just fixed the perspective for me, and I was like, oh, oh. I was like, whoa, I don't have to change it. I don't have to manually change. So good. It's really good. I love that a lot. Have I tried Krita? I do. I don't like Krita. I'm sorry. The most beautiful tool I've seen. It's not even anything new. It's the move tool. It's Control T. Like, it's just standard move tool. I've done nothing different. It's just, they just have that now. It's fantastic. Okay, friends. That is 5 p.m. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Epically. Thank you for hanging out. It's fun to just sit here and line and do work I was going to do anyway with you guys. You guys just get to watch me do line art. If you don't know too much about us, don't know too much about the studio, hey, wingcanvas.com. Check out the classes that we offer. We've got tons of those. Our classes are ending, but we do have camps coming up for this summer. Speaking of comics, I'll be teaching comics and manga for the first 2 weeks of July, so you guys will be able to learn all about panels and pacing and stuff like that. All that fun jazz. So if you want to see those camps, check those out. These files, I'm not going to upload them. I'll upload this one. You guys get to see the JPEG of this one on the Discord. So I will have this up on the Discord for you guys to take a look at if you would like to see it. So that will be there for you. And then, if you would like working files, your working files will be available over on Patreon. So if you would like to take a look and see working files and class recordings and things like those will be available on Patreon and on School, so you can have those for a later date. On Monday, you guys have Gonzalo, so he's going to be having his debut stream on Monday, so make sure that you join in for that. He's going to be doing some pixel art with you guys. Pretty sick, pretty awesome. And then on Saturday next week, I believe you guys just have me again, right? It's me again, I believe. Oh no! Oh wait, what? Do we not have streams next week? Is there no streams next week? Kevin? Kevin, please help! It's me again? Okay. This stream is not scheduled, so I don't know. What am I doing next week? I don't know. How to toyify a character. You have me next week. I'm going to be toyifying a character. Oh, that's an interesting stream title. Okay, then I guess you'll be having me, and I'll be doing that next week. Alright, friends. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'll see y'all next week. Au revoir. Bye-bye.